Hello and welcome to today's video. Today's video will be me detangling um, the fear of being seen as it relates to my own existence. The fear of being seen, preluding that observation was the question that I posed to my awareness or to awareness. I posed to awareness that can I lose myself? This question is coming, after a series of events and emotional upheaval that I personally experienced the past few days. There were so many events that happened, there was the disappointment, there was the increase in views, and then there was the heaviness, you know, of all of that. There's a certain video I posted, a few days back. It was a K-drama video review sort of, and it got a lot of attention. I know some people, if you put this in context of a lot, to some people it's like, what is this number of views? But to me, it was something that my channel had not experienced, ever since I started it over again. And so when that happened, I had this sensation in my chest, like there was this fear, you know that would I because I wouldn't say, I couldn't even feel anything. I couldn't even process what I was feeling when I was noticing the views climbing up. So I was like, this feeling I'm having, before I translate it into, I don't know, joy or happiness, before I translate it into that, I was already presupposing that, followed by the joy, I would feel the need to play into the attention, that I was getting. I was already getting the attention, but then I was like scared that, oh, by the time I process this attention a lot, I'm going to want to play into that um type of content because I want attention in that way, or I want to be seen in that way. But before I started this whole revival of my channel, I had this talk with infinite awareness, the I am that I am. And I was like, everything that I'm going to put out, on this channel is going to be from within. I'm not going to focus on any externalities because externalities have failed me so many times in the past. And so being faced with this amount of attention, my click-through rate was even high. I was like, what the fuck is going on? What did I do? So like, being faced with this attention, it was now this whole withdrawal that I just put myself back in. I took a step back. I was like, am I not going to, as usual, what I used to do before is I would start, putting out content, trying to follow the trend, or the smart move, growing your account on this channel, on this platform. And then the next day, what I did was totally unusual, and it was not what I had been doing. I posted really early. I didn't even plan the video. I just started, although I've always wanted to make that video, yeah, the Curious Bite from Bishop Dorian Gray. I'm reading it, so I make notes and all of that. I'm like, okay, whenever I finish this book, I'm going to do a sort of personal review, put out my own understanding, what I got, my own interpretations of different things. And I was like, you know what, this particular interpretation is so fun to me, I can't wait to put it out. But it was supposed to be together like a long form kind of video. Instead, that day I just put it out. I didn't plan it. I just put it out. And when I put it out, and then because it's not something I've been doing, so there wasn't views. I wasn't getting views. I wasn't getting the attention that I would typically get after posting. And it filled me with so much relief. I felt like, yes, this is it. This is the real me, in that sense. But later on, the following day, after the whole day had passed, like at the typical time that my viewers would watch my video, they came on and they watched that video, the curious bite of Dorian Gray. They watched the video in their usual manner, and I was like, these views that now came in eventually after the whole day, it was satisfying to me. You get, and so I was not in that place where, why did I feel the need to act out in this way? Why did I feel the need to test, this whole platform in this way? And then I came to a conclusion that there was a question I was asking infinite awareness, the I am that I am. There was a question I was asking. I was like, what kind of question is that? Like, I was wondering, and then I started like writing and scribbling in my journal, and the question came forth. So the question to infinite awareness, that can I lose myself? Myself in the sense that losing myself in the sense that I would stop looking inwards for inspiration, or for, I don't know, for the authentic for the authentic side of me. I'll stop, because I'll be like, maybe I was thinking like, in that question, it was like, is it possible for me to get so hung up in the whole, growth in that sense, views, likes, comments, all of that, to lose looking inwards? I called my friend and we kept deliberating over it, and then she was like, the idea of the fear of losing yourself comes from the fear of being seen. One of the reasons why people don't want to be seen in that sense is that they are scared that they would lose who they are, that they would have to be something inauthentic, so that they wouldn't offend, the people, that have started paying attention to them. And it just clicked. I was like, oh, the fear of being seen. Right. That's so true, right. Before, for me, usually, before I started getting used to this pattern of uploading every day, I used to have, when I made, like, attempted to make videos, I would delete them, because I'm like, when I watch through them, I'll be like, God, what about the perspective of what about the perspective of something, someone in social situation, what about the perspective of a million other people, and I'll be like, no, my perspective is too short-sighted, it's too small. I cannot just post this out there to a wide audience. I want the wide audience to see my point of view, but what if it gets misunderstood? And as we kept talking further, that's me and my friend, she she made me see again, like, okay, before we get to that point, as we kept talking further, there was this thing, as she said, okay, the idea of being seen is the fear of being, like, mostly misunderstood. Part of it is being misunderstood for your intentions, your meanings, your motivations. And then she was like, the idea of being misunderstood too is coming from a place of wrong and right, good and bad, in a multitude of perspective, which is normal for human existence in general. There should not be this tiny box of rightness or wrongness. you know I believe that we can all coexist in a multitude of perspective. I can listen to you, or people could listen to me. Let's put me in this seat now. People could listen to me, tune into my videos, and they may not agree with what I'm saying, but they see where I'm coming from. Okay, that is the multitude of perspectives, or multi-perspective um, way of looking at life. That a lot of people could have a varied perspective on one particular thing, or across several things, but putting somebody saying, oh, you are right about this, kind of it limits your own personal view, you know. It limits the diversity that exists beyond your own echo chamber, actually. So the multi-perspective version is like, instead of considering, oh, what about this person's perspective, I could just see it in a way that, eh, my view could meet with somebody and they wouldn't resonate with it. But there's a reason why they wouldn't resonate with what I'm saying. You get? And then I could meet somebody and they would resonate with it, and they would have a reason why they resonate with it. Either ways, are those two people, those two groups of people, are they not affected? You know, is there not something awakening in both of them? You see the beauty of allowing people to, you know, or allowing yourself, let's not say people, but allowing yourself to be all of that which you are, of allowing yourself to express, you know, your own ideologies, your own inspirations. You understand? It's kind of the way, if you want to put it into object, like physical object things, like, let's move away from the ideas, you know, the intangibles, let's move to something tangible, like the way I don't want to mention her name or something, but you know, when Rihanna came out with Fenty Beauty and all, and before she came out with the makeup line, everybody else had a makeup line. You understand? But because she just came out with it, people began to resonate with her product. You know, people began to see, oh, I needed this. Some people don't need it. Some people don't buy Fenty Beauty. It's not their cup of tea, you know. But the people that, you know, people that desired such products, you know, matched up with her ideas, matched up with her own perspective on the makeup world. Okay, so that's just a very like summary, you know, summary kind of overview of the whole Rihanna Fenty Beauty thing, you know. But then another aspect again of it is that I've talked about the multi-perspective aspect. Now let's talk about the personal part of it, like the you or the I am. When you experience the fear of being seen, you also have to be aware that this could be coming from a programming that you were raised on, a conditioning that you were raised on. So if you have a programming of the way, you know, a programming of something outside of you put into you, you know, into what you should believe, what you should say, how you should be, you get, at the end of the day, you are just a, what do you call it, an accumulation of concepts, you know, external of yourself. And so the day you, or the moment you try to, you know, the moment you try to express yourself and it does not match with the programming that you have already been raised on, be conditioned to be, there's going to be alarm signals in your head. You are going to doubt yourself. That self-doubt is a big factor of the fear of being seen. Like, when you doubt yourself, when you feel like you don't have a saying, you know, when everything that you think, every original thought that comes from the inside of you is being put to the test according to your environment, you get, that is when you experience the fear of being seen. Okay, it's not like you don't want to be seen. Okay, it's not like you don't want to be heard, because eventually you're going to want to express yourself, either in the workplace, either in school, either in relationships. You want to express yourself. But if you so far have been a combination of somebody else, externalities, maybe parents, you know, church, maybe, you know, your culture and all of that, maybe all of it has created this persona that you go about your life with. The day you try to be authentic, you're going to be met with so much inner resistance. You're going to be met with so much what do they call this, crisis of thought in your brain, you know, going haywire, saying, oh, this is not according to the programming of of so person, so moment in your life, so part in your religion say so thing. What about the people around you? What about your pastor? What about your brother, your sister in church, your family members? What are they going to think about this thing you believe about life? Okay, about this self-expression you want to show yourself as. What are they going to think about it? It does not align with what they've already told you to be for so many years. So now if you step out on a limb, you might be wrong. You might be odd. you know you might be just inherent self-doubt, doubting that you're even a real person. So many people, they when I talk to some people, they just be like, oh, in this moment when people talk about me, it feels like they're talking about something else outside of me, and that the real me, they can't see it. And then they begin to beat themselves up that maybe they've been fake, maybe. But it's not about you being fake, okay? That person, that persona that outside of you sees and recognizes and deals with on a daily basis, those are just the things that you were raised upon, the programming and the conditioning that you were raised upon. And so it has nothing to do with you in the sense of, oh, it's your fault, so you're not fake or something, you get. That's why when you are detangling from this, or you are letting go of the fear of being seen, when you are putting yourself out there, you might also feel like you are presenting a fake persona, because everybody that's going to come across, the people that you are scared of the most to come across that self-expression, that authentic part of you, you fear that they are going to see something new, see somebody different that they've never seen before, and then they would reach out to you and be like, ah, what the hell was that? Like, who is that? I don't know that person. Or what is this ideology you are spewing forth? But it's okay. Okay, it is okay. And that's just that's just where I was coming from. And then, like, the past few days, over the weekend and into today, I came into this resolution of, with the help of my, not help, but just basically a rubbing of mind. So both of us were like, okay, this is it. I recognize the aspect of multitude of perspectives, and then I recognize this inherent self-doubt, you know because doubt will create fear. Doubt is there to make uh the foundation of who you are to seem like to seem fake, to seem not steady, not sturdy, not strong, not strong enough to lift this identity that you are, this, not even identity, this I am that you are. So yeah, I just came on here to, I don't know if this is coherent, and if you're able to pick, the things that I try to express here. So all of that, so coming to this point, the conclusion of it all was that in facing the issue, the normalcy of getting views, the normalcy of getting likes and everything, I have to remind myself that first and foremost, I am making this content for me, for King. I'm getting joy in the expression of my ideas, of my self, of I am. I'm getting joy from just the editing process of like rewatching what I said. I'm making, piecing together the things that I said. I'm getting joy for me because it is, they are the same. It is authentic. It is coming from I am, the consciousness that makes this existence that you see right now. And so the content that I make, I'm going to reiterate it, is that I make it for myself. I make it for the pleasure of me. You get? And making this for the pleasure of you is also like an invitation somewhat, you know, to people also that find pleasure in being their authentic self. The point of my videos to some people when they watch it, it may not be, oh, I'm taking this person's ideas or word for word, I'm applying it. No, sometimes it may just be, oh, I can feel the authenticity of this creator, and I resonate with that authenticity. I don't agree with all of what they say, but I resonate with it. I enjoy it, because there is no reason you can recognize it for the for it being an authentic expression of self, the authentic expression of the I am. I also came to this conclusion that uh, views, likes, you know, subscribers, all of it, they don't take away, or they don't, and they don't add to all that I am. In all that I am already is, without any form of externality. And so it answers that question of, can I lose myself? My answer is no, I can't lose myself. I already am. Okay, and the things that are outside of me are irrelevant. The things outside, anything that is outside of me is irrelevant to the substance of me, to the substance that I am. Not substance as intangible, but to the infinite, the infinite consciousness, the embodiment of the infinite consciousness that I am. And so I can relax, I can enjoy being seen. I can take pleasure in being seen. If I can be easy about it, I can, which I am going to do. So like I relax, I take pleasure, smile about the attention that I receive on this hair corner, this my space. Because the thing that I'm expressing is literally the I am that I am. So I can throw away that fear, and also maybe somehow YouTube can make sense of it, that you can throw away that fear of losing yourself. Okay, you never lose yourself, not really. You cannot lose yourself, because yourself is independent of everything that is external. So my question has been answered through this video, and I hope you can make sense, when you think about it, like, oh, I don't want to be seen because I don't want to lose myself. Well, you can dump that ideology, or I can dump that ideology, that no matter how seen I am, which is still something I want to be seen. I want to be seen, but my wanting to be seen cannot even chip away at the I am that I am. So recognize, when you come to the recognition, the realization, the awareness, of having that fear, you can just meditate on a bit on it more. You can ask yourself the questions, because yourself will always answer back. When you speak it to the void responds. So you can ask yourself, as you relate to your own specific issue or specific situation, and whatever answer you receive, you can trust it. Yeah, you can trust it. So I welcome being seen, I welcome the attention, I allow it even, I rest easy in the attention, because paying attention to me is irrelevant, you get, to me looking back at the consciousness that is expressing itself in this format. It's irrelevant to the I am that I am expressing itself in this format on this platform. And so thank you for being here. I will see you in another video. Bye bye.